Hi, so it's slightly a bit different today, not anything about PowerShells or load testing or dynamics type stuff. As you can see, I'm in my running gear, just about to go out for an early morning run during Crimbo Limbo, that time between Christmas and New Year where you never really know what day of the week it is. I'm trying to start the new year strong, a couple of days early. So I'm a fairly keen runner. I've done over 1,000 kilometres this year so far, which is a big achievement for me, and as a bit of a reward I decided to go out and purchase myself a set of Nike Vaporfly ZoomX rather controversial shoe. These are a cut down version of the Alphafly prototype that Eliud Kipchoge used for the 2-hour world record marathon that he did in Vienna earlier on this year. As you can see, they're pretty unique looking. Obviously the striking pink is one thing, but you can see that the base is really thick, and they've got this like large protruding bit at the back. But the main thing is, if you haven't seen much about these already, is they've got this large carbon fibre plate that runs along the sole, which is supposed to give you lots of or reduce the amount of energy that you use to push off and run. And I've put these on already, and they feel like, you know, walking on trampolines. They are pretty incredible. So I'm really interested to see what they look like and feel like when they're out running. They're a rather expensive shoes, so it was a bit of a treat. But yeah, they should be really interesting. They're super light on the top as well. You can practically see through them here, and they've got this lovely bit of traction at the back here, the grip that holds your heel. I've had problems with my last set of Brooks Glycerins, which I absolutely love, that set of shoes, but this was a problem where my heel would slip. So I'm really interested to see how this feels. So I bought these from Nike.com. Really good in the sense that you can wear these for up to 60 days, and if you don't like them, you can send them back. So for a shoe that's really expensive, that's really good to know, especially when you're not too sure what size to buy and stuff. So I'm going to take them out for maybe 5 to 6k just to see how I get on. I haven't run for a few weeks because I've had a slight hamstring injury, so I don't want to push it too far, but I'm really keen to see how I get on with these. So I'll give you a bit of a review afterwards. All right, cheers. So how was that? Just did 5k, 20 minutes and 50 odd seconds. Pretty hilly course. I'm pretty tired now, but overall they were really good. When you first start running on them or bouncing on them, I'd probably describe it as it feels so much nicer, and you feel as though you can push a bit more. I think there's an element of a placebo effect in there as well. You're running on quite an expensive pair of trainers, and they certainly won't be my everyday running kit, probably for races and fast runs only. But yeah, they're pretty special shoes. It was a bit frustrating, like in the last half kilometre, my left hand one came undone, which was a bit frustrating. I don't know if you can see it down here, but yeah, the lace came undone. But that grip I said about before around the hill really helped out. It stopped it from becoming loose. I could feel it a little bit, but it didn't stop me, which was really good. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a look at the data to see if that time versus my last 5k time in the same circuit, how much different it was, my average heart rate, that kind of things. Obviously there's lots of other stuff to take into account, just had Christmas and eating lots of celebrations and stuff, which I'm sure had an effect, but be interested to see if there's any other bits and pieces there. So yeah, did the 5k in these little beauties. Looked at the data a little bit, and yeah, as soon as I finished recording the last video, I got an alert up from Endomundo saying that was my fastest 5k of the year, which was interesting. A bit of I think about 15 seconds improvement on my previous time. This year's been more about mileage. So like I said in my first part, I've done 1,120 kilometers this year, which was great. I was aiming to do
1,000. I did 800 last year, so I really upped my mileage, but it's probably been at the sacrifice of my speed work really, so that's not a huge surprise. I looked at the other data like heart rate and cadence and that kind of thing, and it's difficult to draw any real conclusions from it because it's only one, the sample size is quite small. I think actually I tried a bit harder. The heart rate and this last run today was higher than the rest, so it could just be me trying harder. But I think from just a feel perspective, these really do feel a lot better, and they actually, certainly on the downhill stretches, I found that actually you are able to keep that bounce and keep that cadence high, especially after a long uphill and then going on to a downhill. Sometimes it's easy to kind of just sit in, whereas actually if you lean forward and really spring up, you can keep that pace quite high, and these really help with that. So like I said in the last part after the run, I don't think they'll be my everyday running shoe, but certainly for certainly for races and that kind of thing, I'm really excited to give them a good run out there, really, to be fair. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if anybody else has got these and how they felt with them. There's obviously the controversy around whether people think that they're cheating really, because their technology in these is so much greater than other shoes on the market. I think what I'd say to that is that there's always been technology in sport. You only have to look at things like the neoprene suits in swimming and just anything really. You know, you think about the old cinder block tracks in 100-meter races back in the day where and people didn't have actually blocks to start from and that kind of stuff. There's always technology improvements in sport. Some go over the line and some aren't. So I think it'll be wasteful to rule this stuff out, and I think it won't be long until most of the manufacturers have got this kind of technology in their shoe. Yeah, certainly I think that these are a quality bit of kit and well worth the money. Okay, cheers.